Here's another one. This sounds very much alike, but it's another center for $350 million. Only this one's only going to have a 275,000 square foot convention center. It'll be on 40 acres, and it'll be an urban center. Components of projects include 300,000 square feet of entertainment venue. What are these people thinking?
Well, just thievery is all it is. It's plain thievery. That's what they're thinking. It's pretty simple.
I mean,
it's all being stolen.
Why don't they go set up shop in Jerry Jones's $1,200 million football facility? It's open 6 days a week. I'm sure they could use it for something. Dallas Cowboys aren't using it to play football. We'll be back.
Intel Report, the Real Talk Radio Show.
All right. I got to know who got greased in Dayton, Ohio for this one. $1.5 million for an initiative to reduce prostitution off the streets program. The initiative would connect individuals involved in prostitution with resources to leave a life of prostitution, beginning with emergency shelter and continuing with an array of educational facilities. Wait a minute. Don't prostitutes make good money and it's tax-free? And you're going to spend $1.5 million to tell them what?
There was another program that was funded to treat alcoholism among prostitutes. It seems that they kick around in bars and get drunk and become alcoholics. So that's another similar kind of program. And the whole thing is insanity. You can't put a slide rule to it anymore. It's beyond the realm of any kind of normality. And what's going to happen is that the public sooner or later is just going to blow up, and it'll be in the streets.
I am looking at some of the more ridiculous stimulus spending, questionable projects. Here's one, $983 for street beautification in Ann Arbor, Michigan, including decorative lighting, trees, benches, and bike paths. When the cheese starts to slide off my cracker and I can still get behind the wheel of a car, I've said this on the program before. If you've ever gone to Ann Arbor, Michigan, it's worse than Moscow on the Colorado, which I refer to Austin, Texas as, which, by the way, is getting $18 million for Lady Bird Lake to improve bike paths. At any rate, when my cheese starts, you'll see me in the news one of these days. An old man loses control of car and mows down pedestrians on city streets. That's going to be me, because they're all socialists. You want one of the breeding grounds, folks, here? If there is a terrorist attack in this country, there should be two places that go up in smoke: Washington, D.C., and Ann Arbor, Michigan. Holy mackerel. And we're sitting here. Guys, I'm so tired of sitting here watching this tragedy and hope play out. We've got nothing going on in Washington, D.C. We got a bunch of go-along, get-along, step-and-fetchins there. None of the governors in the states are making any noise. People are losing their jobs right and left. What's the latest figures here, guys? Unemployment numbers came out with 500,000 new unemployment claims. We've only got, I think, 34 or 40 million Americans now on food stamps. There's no jobs. The economy is going down the damn toilet, and these people are going to be putting in the Mark Twain forestry thing. They're going to be putting in cement toilets for people.
Yeah, that's why Rush Limbaugh is telling everybody to vote for Palin.
Oh, God. She's a nit. I'm sorry, she's a nitwit. And I don't care how many of you people in Alaska like her. She is for Alaska politics, because there's only 24 of you live in the entire damn state.
I think she's a spoiler.
Spoiler.
And I think she's in there to continue to undermine the party just like that other moron who ran for president. What was his name from Arizona?
John McCain.
John
yeah.
McCainless.
Yeah, the one that received special treatment as a prisoner of war in North Vietnam because his father was an admiral. And the guy's a scumbag. And if he wants to sue me, let him.
No, he's got more. He's got more dirt in his closet than.
Oh, well, his wife's got as much. But there's a couple of things I wanted to say here regarding gold. First of all, Barrick Gold, which is an appendage of the United States government, and it was proven in court that they were acting for the U.S. government, suppressing the gold price. It's about 5 years when Blanchard sued the government and then settled out of court to keep their mouth shut.
Hey, Bob, you just slipped into the Donald Duck realm. Your phone just went kaflooey. We got to reboot what? Okay, hey, I'll tell you what, we have to restart our phone system, so Bob, stand by. Call back in how many minutes? 4 minutes. Okay, Bob? Evidently he's gone. Well, hey, Robbie, it's a good thing you're on ISDN, huh? Oh.
Yes, it is good to have ISDN.
Yes, it is. Well, and how many calls we're holding and that went kaflooey? Okay, well, all right. Yeah, we know. We just unplugged it, Sandra. Why is it I'm in a soundproof room and I can hear everybody's conversation outside the room? What the heck is going on here? Somebody put a speaker under my chair? At any rate, Robbie, what's the deal of the day while we are waiting for Mr. Chapman?
Well, they got a choice of two today. We don't have many. That's why there's a choice of two. Very limited amount of Swiss francs, brilliant uncirculated, at $265. And when we run out of the Swiss francs, we have French roosters, also brilliant uncirculated, and they're a little cheaper, $260. And so it's going to be first come, first serve on the Swiss francs. And when those are gone, we have the roosters. Both excellent coins, as gold once again today hit another. It's every day we're going to be saying this. Gold hits a new record high. We got gold closed at $1,140.60 today. What is amazing about gold's performance today, because the start of trading today, gold was off $10.
I was watching it.
And the dollar was very strong in light of the PPI numbers that came out. No shock or surprise there. Inflation is non-existent because when you strip out everything that we use every day, there is no inflation. As a matter of fact, probably is what gave the market a lot more confidence based on Ben Bernanke's statements earlier this week that the Fed is not going to do anything with interest rates for the long foreseeable future. You see, because what spurs the Fed to raise rates is obviously the fear of inflation. So long as we keep on having these zero inflation reports come out from the government, there's no reason in the Fed's mind to even contemplate raising rates.
Well, and Bernanke said it, and the markets did not react to this very well, that for some reason, and the logic that he gave was rolled gold pretzel logic.
You know, what I was just going to say, what logic?
Yeah.
And even the Dow, which pretty much has been rising when the dollar falls. I mean, even the Dow rose today in light of a strong dollar. So It was an interesting day.
By the way, I'm just fascinated when the government, the redistribution of wealth, and that's kind of a misnomer because there is no wealth, there's just more debt. When I see some of these expenditures, Robbie, I am just...
Oh, you haven't even scratched the surface.
Oh, I know that.
I mean, there's another stimulus bill coming down the pike. It's not going to be called a stimulus bill, but it's going to involve something close to $500 billion